Greetings everyone, this is Kevin Gemmell, the Senior Content Writer for ChefWorks, and welcome to another Perspectives. This is our weekly Q&A where we talk to professionals from the culinary and hospitality industries, and we get their perspective on what it's like to be in the industry right now. We talk to chefs, we talk to servers, we talk to culinary group executives. We are very fortunate this week to be talking with a healthcare chef. We are going to go out to Norman, Oklahoma and Boomer Sooner country. We are joined by Chef Benjamin Robinett. Chef, let's just jump right into it. What does it mean to be a healthcare chef in 2020?
Well, really overall, I believe the food quality and choices available are a lot better than most people think. We have such skilled labor and very liberalized kind of dietary restrictions. So it makes it a lot easier to feed a few people something maybe more restrictive and still get to feed the majority of people something really flavorful, something they would have at home. We want them to be comfortable, so we're not throwing out too many crazy things when we feed the patients. Cafeteria is a little bit different story. So
one of the things we really focus on in Perspectives is how chefs have had to pivot during the COVID era. What has that done for you and what you do at your hospital?
We kind of had to just approach everything a little bit differently. In the beginning, we came up with a plan and a lot of what ifs. What if we're short-staffed because everybody has this and we can only run the department on a few people, a few what we call healers, we got a lot of paper goods and things that could be cooked fairly easily and still, provide nutrition and everything to our patients. And it was kind of day by day for a very long time, and it was tough, a little bit stressful and everything, but we have a really strong team, so we came out of it and really just, we're getting back into the old swing of things a little bit now, so that's good.
I'm glad you brought up your team, because the idea of quote unquote essential, I feel like has taken on a much different meaning in 2020. Of course we think about doctors, of course we think about nurses and other frontline workers, but there are so many other people behind the scenes, yourself and your team. What does essential mean to you in 2020?
That's a really tough question. I don't know that I know the answer to it. It was very strange. It was very strange going to work every day when a lot of people I know had to shut down their restaurant or their bar and lost all of their livelihood. And here I am just like sailing through it. And, it was a lot of work, but it was still just weird just having that. It was a little bit, kind of almost a little guilt with it, just because I know so many people were struggling and I wasn't. And I still kind of feel bad about that sometimes.
What's the most rewarding part about your job? Obviously, you're talking about a little bit of a guilt, but obviously what you do, it's got to make you feel good. What's the most rewarding part about what you're doing?
Just getting the positive feedback and, any feedback really. I think any chef should be able to take any feedback, positive or not, and run with it. And so I think that's what we do. We try to have really good communication with our customers of all types, whether it's a catering event, or in the cafes or our patients. We take it all to heart and we take it all seriously, and we figure out what we can do to improve or keep improving. And that's really rewarding, because then, I get to pass that on to my team, and, everybody loves that, right? So that's my favorite part.
And Chef, last question, how have you seen food be a comfort to people during this time?
I mean, huge comfort. Don't they say there's like a quarantine 15 or something? And I think it was really cool to see a lot of people taking the time. There was a lot of a sourdough bread thing going around for a long time. I saw so much bread when the pandemic started, and it really made me happy to see, because bread's patience, and a lot of people who want to cook and everything, they don't realize the patience. And some of my friends with all skill levels, they showed off some really cool stuff. So it was awesome to see that they can appreciate, I feel like they probably did appreciate more kind of where things come from. And I feel like that's kind of the consensus I've gotten from a few people, you know, like, oh, wow, this is a lot to cook every day, to think of something every day. So.
Well, Chef, thank you so much, one, for what you're doing, but also for joining us this week on Perspectives. We really appreciate your insight.
Absolutely.
Our thanks again to Chef Benjamin Robinett. If you like what you saw, one, you can subscribe to ChefWorks on YouTube here. And if you want to see a previous video interview or our last episode with Chef Nina Bryant, you can check that out here. Please make sure you're following us on all of our social media channels. We are on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and if you'd like to comment, you can do that below. And you can also follow the links to blog.chefworks.com, and you can comment on the story. And if you hang out on the blog for a little bit, you'll see lots of different features on chefs. We have our weekly bites, which is a roundup of what's happening in industry news every week. We also have product features and just company information. Everything you want to know about culinary fashion, it's there on blog.chefworks.com. Thanks for checking us out, and we'll see you next time.